What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate, reverse, rant, no hate. So, people, let me talk about a couple of things. First thing I want to talk about, I saw Floyd Mayweather versus Deji. Wasn't something I was looking forward to. I wasn't looking forward to Ricky Hatton versus Marco Antonio Barrera. I wasn't looking forward to Tommy Fury's fight. There were other things that happened. One particular I'll have in a separate video. But just for the sake of making a boxing video, boxing related video, should I say, and there was really nothing going on. But there's a lot of misunderstanding and things that people say and the way they view things, which I'll just add my input to in a brief explanation of what we saw. Okay, first off, Floyd Mayweather is retired. Floyd Mayweather's 45. He's been retired for several years now. Floyd Mayweather, as I posted a photo of him and some quotes from an interview that he had, where he basically, bottom line, said, that he's retired from boxing, not from making money. And he's fighting easy exhibition fights for millions of dollars. He don't want to end up where he's brain dead, taking, unnecessary punishment and end up, Parkinson's, can't take of himself, and just in a situation that the greats before him did. And you still have people just, they're so full of hatred and ignorance that it's unreal. I mean, Floyd Mayweather basically played with this kid. The kid was scared to throw punches. Floyd had mercy on him. Floyd was trying to get him to open up, try to make it a little, look, at least appear to be kind of competitive. Deji was terrified. He wouldn't let his hands go. And he basically, when he did try to throw anything, now he managed to cut Floyd under the eye. And it's boxing, it's a fight, okay? But it wasn't really a fight, you understand? But he caught Floyd with a shot. Now, the way it looked, it might have been, I don't know if it was just a straight punch, if it was from the tape or the gloves, the lace, part of the glove, who knows, I don't know. It's not like I'm seeing analyze the fight, the breakdown, and he did this, and he threw this, and he threw that. No, it wasn't even that. Floyd basically played with him, and he realized, okay, Deji's not going to open up. He's playing, he's dancing in the ring, he's telling the crowd, come on, Deji. He's trying to get them to cheer for him and all of that stuff. And okay, the kid doesn't really want to fight. All right, let's get this shit over with. Floyd didn't try to hit this kid hard to do anything to him. He jumped on him, started to throw some little more meaningful shots. Figure, okay, he's not fighting anyway. He's not fighting back. The ref's going to stop it, which is exactly what happened. All it was a exhibition with a former, fighter, and Floyd with the former pound-for-pound best fighter, an all-time great, against a kid that basically was given a belt by Floyd. What was the belt for? It was just for the experience. Okay? You were my dance partner this time. I got my millions. You made a lot of money as well. And basically, you YouTubers are coming out here making money. Fuck it. Why not capitalize? I'm retired. Now, if Floyd was an active fighter and fought Deji, I'd have a completely different thing to say about Floyd. That's not the case. Funny thing is, you read comments and hear people, oh, this guy could cut Floyd. Imagine what Canelo would do to Floyd. I mean, it's like, you guys just won't give it a rest. It burns you up, the fact that a 36, almost 37-year-old Floyd kicked Canelo's ass when he was a young 23 in the prime of his life young man. To you guys, it's just this Floyd hatred, this Floyd hate train. Instead of trying to convince yourselves that Canelo can beat Floyd now, why don't you guys try to convince Canelo, who's still an active fighter at 33, to finally fight Benavidez? Why don't you guys try to convince him to fight Charlo? Why don't you guys try to convince him to, even though I don't care to see Bivol versus Canelo again, because I feel like even at 168, it's the same thing all over again. He might even stop Canelo this time. Regardless, why don't you guys try to convince him to fight those guys and not guys like a Billy Joe Saunders or somebody that we know, like, is a good fighter, but not the very best. Okay? Those 3 guys are named. Try to convince him to fight those guys. Okay. At the end of the day, it was an exhibition. That's all it was. Look, it just looks weird to see what I saw. John Fury is always involved. It's like every time I turn around, here he is taking off his jacket. Well, first of all, if John Fury is willing to want to fight these guys, it's obvious they're not nearly as good as the opponent, or really seen as a threat, right? We know John Fury knows nothing was going to happen. When I see Tommy Fury run to the apron telling Jake Paul, let's go right now, get in here right now, let's go. What's supposed to happen, Jake? You guys are already trying to promote your little fight. You guys are already trying your damnedest to try to get interest. Jake Paul is sitting out there like a big ass kid. You lost. Just repeat this. Why does he even have a microphone? Right? And he's just, and I'm just sitting here like, this is disgraceful. You probably got a bunch of YouTubers sitting over there clapping, oh, that's going to be the fight. People that's cut from that real cloth, no, it has nothing to do with being old school or any kind of school, no, none of that. It's just the point of, this is disgraceful, man. This is what boxing has come to. Jake Paul is sitting there doing an interview saying Floyd Mayweather knows I'll beat him, right? Floyd Mayweather's 45, 150 fucking pounds. You're 200 pounds in your fucking mid-20s. You cry like a bitch because Hasim Rahman Jr., who's not even a good fighter, okay, weighed more. Okay, weighed more than what he was supposed to weigh, right? Due to the rehydration clause. You're worried about him being a few pounds over, but you're way bigger than Floyd. And I don't want to hear that shit about, but Floyd is an actual boxer. Yes, an actual boxer that retired years ago, that is in his fucking 40s now and doing just exhibitions. So even just to try to ride the wave of Floyd's name, to try to draw attention to yourself, this is all Jake Paul is doing. So when I hear him say these things, it's like, wow. I told you guys, boxing as we know it will never be the same. It has changed. And it's all about entertainment. You always hear Tyson Fury, are you not entertained? What's entertaining about people jumping on ring aprons, acting like they want to fight? People being able to hold you back literally with one arm. John Fury is annoying as fuck, man. Every time I see this guy, he's up on the fucking, just always taking his jacket off, approaching someone. He knows nothing's going to happen. And he does more talking, or just as much talking, as the actual fighter. The whole boring fight Tommy Fury had, he showed no aggression, but he got all this aggression towards Jake, like they're trying to build up this bullshit. People, boxing sucks. We can't get the fights that we want to see. The females have been delivering. I don't care what the rest of y'all say. Props to them. Hopefully it doesn't change. But the fights you want to see, the fights that you want to sit down and watch, this is a good fight. Yeah, this should be a good fight. Nope, that's not happening. But we get, excuse me, all this attention towards a Tommy Fury and a Jake Paul. We get this attention to some YouTubers / wrestler / puncher. I'm not even going to call him a boxer yet. But these guys, this is what they do. And a guy who goes around speaking as if he's a world-class fighter, fighting other fighters that's not world-class fighters, fighting people way past their primes. It's okay for you to be 30, 40, 50 pounds heavier than someone It's just not okay for somebody to be 10 pounds heavier than you. So and the fact that you're fighting guys that came off of a loss when you could have fought the opponent who was willing to come down and wait and fight you. Just saying. That was disgraceful, man. And you guys may be entertained because you think Big John Fury's funny. You think that it's, yeah, man, that guy got heart. Man, listen, this shit is like, this is a circus show. And no, I was not entertained. And, the Floyd situation, he like I said, he carried the kid. And like I said, when he realized, okay, let's get this shit over with, he did it. Showed nothing but respect to the kid. He won, and then he got out the ring, let the kid have a spotlight, let them talking. He went on back to the dressing room and did whatever he did. Funny thing is, I got information that Jake Paul was removed from the arena during the Floyd fight because Jake was sitting out there trolling and just acting like a big kid, during the whole Tommy Fury fight. And I'm like, why does he even have a microphone in the first place? After the fight, he's just, it really is like a clown show. And for someone who grew up in a boxing family, someone who grew up watching boxing, someone who boxed himself, all this type of shit, it's just like, when I see this clown circus shit, I'm just like, okay. Yeah, and this is what people find entertaining now. Okay, well, no Ryan versus Tank, no Spence versus Crawford, no AJ versus Fury. None of those. Females delivering, but we get a Tommy Fury fight. We get a Jake Paul fight. Just saying. That's the type of shit that these fans are looking forward to. So when I'm watching what I'm watching, people who think that Jake Paul is bringing eyes to the sport, he's bringing eyes to himself. He's a brand. Every fighter's a brand. Every athlete, a team, you are a brand. He's bringing attention to himself. He's bringing eyes to what he's doing. These fighters, the fans, first off, will be rebellious because it's like, I didn't grow up in a boxing family, right? But look at where I'm at right now. Don't ever let a person tell you you can't do something. So it will be the boxers versus us YouTubers. That's it's different. They're not on board with each other. And if these guys think that Jake Paul is a solid fighter, yet they don't even know who Ryan Garcia is or Tank Davis, or don't care. They don't care who Bud Crawford or Errol Spence is. What does that tell you? But at the same time, you may do good things behind the scenes for boxing. You may be behind some good things happening for it, but as a sport, in terms of entertainment, I won't be satisfied. I won't be surprised if one day we're watching boxing and say, AJ comes to the ring, he's talking about his next opponent or whatever, and all of a sudden Wilder comes out, then Fury comes out, Derek Chisora comes out, then we have a big boxing battle royal. I would not even be shocked. Like the bullshit that's going on in boxing right now, I'm like, this is a joke, man. So watching what I saw, that it was just so weird, man. Like, just watching this sport called boxing, how it's just a fucking joke, man. I got another story for you guys in a different video, and I'm going to make a comparison to something, and it's simple to understand. But let me say, before I close this video, I want you guys to understand, fact over fiction, and look at reality. When you retire from a job, if you need to find a way to create more income, that's what you do, right? And even if it's a thing where, okay, you're already collecting your pension and you can't work for a state because you're collecting from that state, so you do your own thing. You do some freelance work or whatever, non-county, non-type of job, whatever. So be it if that's what you choose to do. But did you retire just to come back to work and then have to work as hard as you did when you were younger? Of course not. People come back and say, oh, I was bored at home, whatever. Let me say this. Floyd's a grown-ass man. Pacquiao's a grown-ass man. And I started laughing because I remember when even Pacquiao had a lot to say about Floyd because he's doing exhibitions. He retired at 38 years old. My whole thing was, that's none of your business. That's nobody's business why a fighter decides to come back and do exhibitions, or what does that have to do with you, right? So it's funny because now Pacquiao's supposed to be doing exhibitions, right? And it made me laugh because I came across that video again where Floyd was fighting Pacquiao's fighter. That's where the guy came to disrespect, and the guy came and threw the roses on the floor, and that particular fight, right? What was funny to me was, it's funny how Floyd does something and it becomes a trend. And now other fighters want to follow and try to do what he's doing. Shit, exhibitions? Let me see if I can get some of that money. Shit, right? Look. It was funny because I mentioned this before, but when I watched the whole video again, I was already aware of it, but I was wondering if other people was aware of it. Then I said, you know, it wouldn't even matter if they was aware of it. They just hate Floyd. They're just full of hatred and ignorance. What was so funny about that situation was this. Your fighter is there. Your face is being seen because you yourself are working on an exhibition, right? All I saw in the build up to that was Floyd and Pacquiao taking pictures together, smiling, hugging, shaking hands, all of that. When Manny Pacquiao was asked about fighting Floyd, right, in an exhibition or whatever, or, you know, or coming back to the ring, you know, just for one last fight, Manny Pacquiao said, oh, Floyd is scared to death to fight me again. Floyd is scared to fight me. That's what he said about Floyd. Right? Floyd Mayweather don't even entertain coming back to boxing. Floyd Mayweather responds to things that people say about Pacquiao, questions he's asked about Canelo or whoever, and then he'll bring, the truth hurts people because when he says something and make the point, look at what this fighter just did, and look at this and look at that, and it bothers them. Listen, if it was a whole different fighter other than Floyd saying the same thing, they'd be like, facts, yep, true. It's the fact that he's talking truth that bothers people because he backed up his talk. And look at how things are going, right? The same way how Oscar De La Hoya tried to shoot Floyd down for doing exhibitions and fighting Conor McGregor. But then all of a sudden, the same interview, when that motherfucking interviewer asked De La Hoya about, there was a rumor that Conor wanted to fight Canelo. Oh, we can make the fight. Oh, we can make the fight. What you mean you can make the fight? You just shot down Floyd Mayweather for making the fight, who's much older, 38, 39 at that point, than your fucking boy Canelo. And all of a sudden, now it's okay for Canelo to make the fight? Jealousy, bro. So now, what happens is, Floyd Mayweather is sitting at the press conference for the fight, and an interviewer brings up the positive point of Pacquiao fighting Floyd. First off, I'm here to fight his fighter. Why are we even talking about me versus Pacquiao or anybody else? I'm here for his fighter in an exhibition. And because of the comment, okay, that Pacquiao made before that press conference, he didn't say it behind Pacquiao's back like Pacquiao did when he wasn't face to face. He said right there and said to Pacquiao's face, don't let these people make you get your ass kicked again. And he said it to Pacquiao. Pacquiao just sitting there. Didn't look Floyd in his face, didn't respond, did he? And all I saw and heard was, oh, he's always disrespecting Pacquiao. I'm like, you guys are such soft bitches, man. You sitting up here feeling sorry and making excuses for a grown-ass man who took a cheap shot when he wasn't face-to-face with Floyd. But face-to-face, Floyd told him, don't let these people make you get your ass kicked again. He is basically here to do exhibitions. That's what he's there for. You guys are bringing up him versus Pacquiao. If it's a fight they wanted to make happen, so be it. But it's like, look, man, that's a fucking dead fish out of water right there. It's done. So when I say Pacquiao's answer shouldn't have been to appease Floyd, it should just been, look, respect is respect. Simple, man. Look, me and Floyd, we did that song and dance already. We had made a lot of money. You know, it was a great night. It is what it is, man. That ship didn't sell. I'm doing exhibitions. Floyd doing exhibitions. Life is good for both of us. What is so hard to say about that? Deep down inside, Pacquiao wish he could avenge that loss, or at least attempt to try to, right? That's what it is. It bothers him inside. That's what it is, more than anything. And when the fans are saying things or interviewers, this is my point. Why ask about something that's not going to happen? What's the whole point? I don't even like when any fighter has a fighter in front of him and they're asking stupid ass questions about other fighters. Man, I'm about to fight this guy. What kind of interview is this? Are you stupid or something? I'm fighting him. Why are we talking about me versus that guy? So yeah, he said it to his face, not behind his back. That's what men do. So all of this talking is just like, wow. You guys want to see Floyd come back. Why would you want to see Pacquiao versus Floyd in a rematch anyway? Didn't y'all say the fight was boring? Didn't y'all say Floyd's a boring fighter? So why are y'all so interested in seeing him fight anybody again? Just saying. Just saying. But it's okay for Pacquiao to do exhibitions. It's okay for Canelo to fight Conor McGregor. Just Floyd can't do it. Hey. Along with the hypocrisy, it goes to show you the difference in levels of greatness. That's why y'all was sitting there talking about Floyd should go up and fight Andre Ward. Okay, why didn't Canelo go up and fight Andre Ward? He's naturally the bigger guy. And he went to that division, didn't he? He ain't fight Ward, though. He ain't fight Benavidez, though. So we can sit here and go on and on with this shit. But that's all it is. Stupidity, hatred, ignorance. That's all it is. Really wasn't much going on right there. And I just think that boxing is just at an all-time low, man. I don't care how much money's involved. It's just to a point where these people in boxing don't even know how to stick to boxing now. Too much scripted looking WWE type shit going on, and it's just a turn off. And that's why I didn't make videos all weekend long, because there was nothing that really got my attention. There's some things that happened, but it's really nothing good to talk about. It's really nothing really, you know. Anyway, I'm going to close this one. Talk to me in the comment section. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people, and I will catch y'all in the next video.